Oh, hey up. We knocked over the microphone there. Right, we are doing the Sector 3 silo hub. Here's some quick shots of it. I've already taken everything to bits. You didn't need to sit and watch me do that, so I stripped everything down and piled it all up and so on. I am doing the voiceover after the recording because rain and fans just destroyed the sound on it. So we're redoing the voiceover altogether. They were my new glasses. Right, here we go. That is the bottom plate for part of it. It builds the bottom of the silo. These plugs, as you can see, 2 holes, wider area towards the top. And we're going to sit through and we're going to plug these all in. I have 3 of these to build. I'm not going to put you through that, and I'm not going to put you through me gluing them all together as well, but that was done. So, we'll get it all built, then you can watch me panic, and then I just, yeah, it's the usual thing when doing the circles. They never go together properly. I had cleaned up and done all the edges on everything before we started. You've seen me do that in videos before, so it's not going to be done here again. Watching me make the mistake there and get it the right way around. There's the last one, and here comes the top, and we know what happens here. I'm going to get very angry. I'm not going to get angry, it just won't go in properly. So we're going to take the whole thing to bits, and we're going to do that classic, I'm going to build it upside down. Which I always suggest doing with these things, just build them upside down. Do top to bottom. Because, yeah, it's just not going to fit straight. It becomes annoying and... Oh, you've built these. You've watched me do it before. I just get tired of trying to get it all to fit. As you can see, I've already managed to drop it and it'll go everywhere. This isn't a major thing. I'm really hoping the fan in the background isn't taking over the noise on this. Right. Just trying to make sure everything's the right way around. And we're just trying to slot it through the hole and doing it this way, the 2 parts together. When I did all the others, I did literally just glue the pegs into the top and then gradually wiggle the base back in, because you've got the hole in the bottom, so you can move them around with your finger and get them into position better instead of just fighting like I'm doing here. See, still fighting it. Can't get it in. That's clicked down. Are we done? No, there's a massive gap there. You know what's going to happen. Some of them are going to fall out. And I'm going to go off camera to finish it. That's what's going to happen. I don't think it does, actually. I do think, if memory serves, I did manage to build it all in one go. By the way, this one ends really quickly, because once you've got the 3 silos built, it snaps together so quickly, and you'll see. And it is mainly just building the silos that takes the time. So you've got to build the base, which I'm nearly done here. Nope, I've missed 2. Come on, pay attention. Me, pay attention, not you guys. You guys could have wandered off by now. That's generally how this happens. Here comes the last one, and you've just seen me slam it down, so you know it's going to be difficult to get back in. And we're in, we're there, we're in. Okay, made it. Yay! Right. So that's it. We're just going to click these final bits into place. And, oh, that one fell out. And the bit you don't notice is the fact that I've forgotten there's a hole in the bottom. And I could be trying to do stuff from the hole to nudge things in the direction they need to be. And I'm paying no attention because I'm... Oh, there we go. I've remembered. There's a hole in the bottom. We'll just do that. Put finger through and we'll just try and tease them in to get them to line up. And we're done. It's solid. There we go. Right, they're all in, they're all holding. I'll glue it later. Next bit. I need to do transitions, really. I do not remember what I was saying here. Here we go. Right, next bits. So, sides. You're going to watch me build this, and then what you're going to watch me do is realise there is an easier way. So we're going to put all these in the order they go on. There is one missing in the instructions themselves. When you do the front, it's got the stairpiece, and then you go round it, and it's the 3 holes to put in the barriers, and then there's one with a 4th hole that goes next to those, and then it's the 3 holes around the back. But it doesn't tell you to put 3 at the back. It only tells you to put 2 at the back, but you need to put 3. as you'll see. I probably got well ahead of myself there explaining all that. I'll just let me build this for a second and we'll see how it goes. Look, this is me counting the holes to demonstrate the holes. The bit I forgot is if you look at the top just there, all the tops have different pegs on them. So once we get through this, because this is how the instructions tell you to build it, by the way. This is not how I built it in the end, but this is how the instructions tell you to build it. There we go, that bit's in. There's the 4 edges, we got that bit on, and now I get confused because I'm not sure what I'm doing. There's 2 blanks as well that go at the back. There is a reason for the blank pieces. It's part of where the building in the middle joins to it. This is me just looking at the instructions. I should have cut this bit out, really. This just makes it too long. There we go. Because I thought I got it wrong. I'm actually fairly sure I've got it wrong at this point. I know I am. Because I only built this a couple of hours ago. Just slide it all in, get it all slotted up. I still don't think it's right. In my head, it still feels wrong. I know it's not wrong, but it feels wrong. And I'm just trying to work out how the others are meant to go in. Because as I said, there is that bit missing off the instructions. And some of it didn't make enough sense to me. So I'm just sitting here trying to work it all out and get it sorted. And yes, I'm not sure that's right, but yes, that might be right. Nope, that's still wrong. We'll get there in a minute. Because that's just how my brain goes. If you met me in the real world, you realise that I'm all over the place half the time. And sometimes I'm not. Right. Yeah, and then finally we've got the back piece. And my brain's going, there's nothing on the instructions for the back piece. So I worked out that it's the 3-pin, that one, just there, the one that there's lots of. That slots into the back. He says. Right, so we're going to put the lid on now. I had to readjust the angle of the camera because you couldn't see the top when I first did it. So we're just going to slot the lid on. And I'm once more going to get very, very confused. Because it won't slot in properly and I can't get my fingers in. So what you're going to watch here is me take it to bits quickly once I've lined it all up and actually just do it upside down. Because once you've got them in the top, the arms will actually fan out and allow you to clip around the base easier. I'm just going to stop here and skip it to that point. As you can see, now I've got the bottom off, I can just slide it in and hook it all back into place. It's just making sure it all lines up correctly. And to be honest, that isn't exactly hard to do. Get the chair in place, get the ladder line section in place first, and then just push everything in. It's as simple as that, really. See? So much easier than trying to do it the way it says by putting the bottom on and then trying to get the top on it. It's just, yeah, this just makes it a lot easier. That's how I found it anyway. Apart from the points where I slightly pushed out the ends, the knob on the bit of wood, and it just got a bit weird. Now, these bits, fairly straightforward. One goes in there. One goes in there, one goes in there. That's the 3 done. It's not that hard. Just push in, done. 3 up one side, 3 up the other, and 1 in the back. And I couldn't work out why just 1 in the back, and it's because of where the central building goes. And I know it confused me because I thought I haven't got enough of these. What's going on? So I did the see there's the hole which is for the platforms that go around the building to hold the square section of the silo in place. I'm going to guess the silo is filled from underneath. I don't actually know. I'll be honest with you. It's a weird and wonderful thing. I think it's a gorgeous piece of scenery. I look forward to getting it painted and putting it in games. I am quite literally just going to do it in metals. I'm just going to blast it with lead belcher, or some other metallic silver, and then do some yellow highlights in places for like the edges and that to remind you that they're warning areas, and rust it up and stick the dirty footprints on it as I always do, because let's be honest, how many gangers that are wandering around these massive hive cities do you know that are actually wiping their feet? Here we go, ladders, see? Goes in, just like that. This is quite boring, watching me just stick tiny pegs into holes. I did it. I know, because this is why I do the voiceover as I'm actually building it, because if I don't, I forget what I'm saying and what I'm doing. At least while I'm building it, I can take the mickey out of myself. Afterwards, I've completely forgotten what I've done. I also realised here that I'd actually done the bottom section wrong, so I've just pointed that out, that this shouldn't have a gap in it where these steps are. Though I don't think it really matters, if I'm honest, because it's down to how you want to build it. It's your thing. If you want to have a gap in it, have a gap in it. It only covers 4 or 3 slats, so it's 3 slats. So they're going to look off anyway, no matter what you do, because they don't join together. And then obviously we're putting the hole in the top and sticking the grip on there. Right. Glue on the bottom. And then we're into the last bit of the whole thing. And to be honest, this did not take that long to put together. Oh yeah, these tiny pegs. This caught me out. So this has got to go a very specific way round. That way to be exact. Because it needs to sit at an angle. And these are slightly, and we are talking minutely chamfered down one side to make the angle. So make sure you get them the right way round. Just so it looks like it's leaning properly. See? Done. Simple as that. Now you're going to sit, and no, I'm not going to put you through this. I'm going to skip to the next bit, and I'll just get round to doing this on my own. Won't be a second. Right, so that's the last one in, and here's the top. Now this confused me, because I didn't realise that there were 2 ledges on that first clip. So, if you look, there's like stairs going down into it, and my brain hadn't figured this out. And it took me a second. Then I realised these slot on the lower one, or this grating slots on the lower one, and then the wider grating goes to the top one. And it just gives it that look of a ventilation shaft section. I think it looks quite cool, and it's a really nice way to do it. I need more coffee. Right, we're going to stick on the sides. There are 3 sides. Make sure that indent is at the bottom. Make sure the flat section is at the top, and these just clip on each side. I'm an idiot. I'm going to put it on the... No, I got it. Right around. There we go. I know, I don't even pay attention to my own things after what I'm saying half the time. There we go. That's the 3 of those on. And then this slots in between. Oh, I've got to put the bottom on. Forgot to put the bottom on. Let's just do that. See, that bottom's solid, so no, it doesn't get filled from the bottom, does it? I do wonder if this sits on something, because it is quite high up. But then also across the bottom has the bridges. So, I don't know. You'll see in a minute. It's a nice piece of kit once it's built. There we go. That's those sides on. And then that slots into the gaps in the back of the silos, which we're now going to look at. There are also the stair mounts for the sides. You've got 3 or 4 in each side. We're not going to do all of these. I'm just doing a couple to demonstrate. And then just going to put that back on, because obviously this really needs to be glued. It is quite loose fitting. I did glue it before we finished, but if you look here, there's the back, and as you can see, there's the bar, and where you think the other bar goes, it slots in. Just like that. I can't do Tommy Cooper impressions. And here comes number 2. That's number 2. And finally number 3. That is number 3. And that's done. That is literally stuck to... Well, it's not glued, it's just held in place. But yeah, it goes together like that. Part of me is actually wishing I hadn't glued it together, because trying to store it, I could have taken it to bits and put the 3 tails on top of each other. Just taking the middle out. The problem is it would probably fall to bits on the tabletop. because obviously not all of the scenery we use when we're gaming is glued together. Some of it is, some of it isn't. Sections are, sections aren't, so we can take it to bits to store it. Gluing the main central section of this would have been wise, and then leaving it so we could actually take the 3 towers off may have made more sense. I will be honest. It will take a half ladder as well. Those side sections can fit that half ladder. But there you go. That's the Sector 3 silo hub built and done. Here comes the glamour shots. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.